Hey guys, sorry it's been a minute since I've been here, but welcome back to my YouTube channel, and that's the reason why I wanted to get on today, was to talk a little bit why I haven't been here recently. So I don't really know what I was thinking when I started this YouTube channel as far as like time goes. Like I really added that to my plate when I had no room on my plate, and so that's why I haven't posted in a while, because I've just been so busy already with a normal 9 to 5 that takes up my entire normal work week. And then also on top of that, trying to like really build and be dedicated to my TikTok, my Instagram, my other social medias. So YouTube has fallen by the wayside, and that's why I haven't posted on here. And so I thought I would just talk about that a little bit in case anybody else can relate to this. But basically, I've been posting the most on TikTok because I hear that's like where you can just grow the fastest. And that's definitely where I've seen the most growth. And then I decided that I want to start growing my Instagram. So now I'm dedicating a lot of time to it as well. And it's just so hard. Like it really is a full-time job. I have so much respect for people that are full-time influencers, like actual influencers, like not just people that like blow up overnight or are just gorgeous and so they have a ton of followers. I mean, like people who have been doing this for years, who have built their followings, who post consistently, who have their niches that they've worked on. I really respect these people. Anyways, I'm kind of starting to ramble, but my point is that like I am very solo dolo on this journey. So like I don't have like a group of influencer friends around me at the moment where like I can take time to plan and go like shoot content with them and like have them take photos and videos of me. And like my husband is just not into the social media stuff at all, and that's perfectly fine. Like he's just not that type of person. And so not only do I not want my social media stuff and work to interfere too much like with our lives and like our relationship, but you know, it's like I'm not going to ask him to constantly take photos and videos of me every time we go do something. If that's like not really his vibe, that's like not really what he wants to do, and that's perfectly fine. Like he does not have to justify that at all. So like I don't really have like this support system in place like to be able to be rocking the content all the time. Like it's very much on my own. And so I feel like that's definitely been a huge struggle like with my social media accounts, because I don't know, like there's just more to be done that I feel like I can't really do because I don't really have like all of these resources that I feel like a lot of other influencers do, whether that's like a spouse who like does the social media stuff with them or like a friend group who like also does that stuff. Like I'm totally alone. So, you know, with making the YouTube channel, I just dedicate so much time to like my other stuff that this has been so hard for me to stay on top of, because when I'm out and about, like I'm focused on my TikTok and my Instagram and getting content for that, and that's vertical content, you know. And for a while there, I was filming everything in vertical and horizontal on my phone because I don't have a nice like vlogging camera. Again, like that would be a great resource to have. They're just very expensive, so I don't have one. So it just got really exhausting. There was just so much to be done, and I just couldn't do it. And I really didn't even want to do it. Like when I'm around family and stuff, like trips or vacations or visits, like I might take a few little video clips here and there, but I really try to keep that stuff to a minimum because like I just don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be that girl, and I want to be like present with the people I'm with. And so when you're present with people and they're not also like content creators or influencers, then you really have no option but to like not really get content. Now, if you come from like a family or like a friend group where like people are doing that anyway, and so like you're comfortable doing that, that's super great for you. I just like don't really have that. So I guess I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about like my journey with content creating and why I haven't really been present on YouTube as much. I do want to get back into it. I just need a strategy first. I knew that when I started the channel, I was really just like diving in, and I knew it was like really spontaneous. And I thought that was a good thing. And I kept telling myself like, no, that's a good thing. Like I just need to go for it. And part of that's true, but part of it's also like you can't just flail yourself at everything and expect things to be successful. And so I feel like before really getting back into YouTube, I want to just really strategize. Like come up with a strategy of exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm kind of working on that with like my Instagram and my TikTok as well. Like people say to niche down, and I'm starting to like really see the value in having a niche. I think that's like what draws people to you and to your content, is like knowing that they're gonna get a certain type of content, like whether that is like things that are about like interior design and like home things, or it's about like fashion and outfits. Like, you know, I've just even noticed myself, like I follow people that have some sort of niche, and even if it's not super specific, it's still something. I want to like figure out basically what I want to do first before just diving into this again. There are like a lot of things like I want to vlog and like share, but by the same token, I work a 9 to 5, which really gets in the way with the whole lifestyle vlogging niche, because I'm in an office like at a corporate company 5 days a week. And so it's like I can't like record myself there, like what I'm doing there or anything like that. So that means I can only do it on the weekends, but like my weekends are also like my resting time because I do work during the week. So I'm not always doing something vlog worthy on the weekends, you know? So I basically feel like, you know, and maybe this is like a little too much comparison, but the content creators I follow that do vlog their lives and stuff, you know, they're full-time content creators. So, you know, they have full control of their schedules. They do lots of different and fun things on a day-to-day basis. And I just feel like for more of an average, regular person like me, that doesn't really apply. Like, that can't really work. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, exactly how I can utilize YouTube in the best way and also, like, niche down and, like, combine those two things together. I'm kind of, like, falling into, like, a niche on TikTok, which is mostly about fashion and interior design, because those are just two things that I love and that I love to talk about and post about. Of course, there's like other things like to me as a person. Like I feel like I'm more three-dimensional than that. Like I love lots of different things like health, wellness, cooking, exercise, running, like learning new skills. Like right now I'm learning a language and how to play drums. I love reading. Like there's just so many other things, but it's kind of funny because there's like, you only follow people and like content creators once they're big, once they've got their crap together, you know, so you don't ever really see like a lot of like the journey and like, what do you do? How do you figure this out? You know? And so like, I thought maybe like I could share a little bit of that. Like I've had people reach out to me like throughout my journey and say like, you know, I want to learn more about this. How did you do that? And, you know, I feel like this is such a good time to talk about it because like I'm in the pits of learning things and figuring out how to do this. So I feel like it's a really great time to like share kind of like what I've done up until now, what's worked, what's not worked. And I am a huge talker. If you can't tell, I love to talk. So I'm thinking that maybe instead of trying to vlog a life that's a little too busy and a little too regular on this YouTube channel, maybe I can just come on here and like talk a little bit more. I feel like that's a lot more sustainable and easy for me, and it also is just more me. So I'm thinking like maybe I'll do like a little mini series about if you're looking to start content creating and building, you know, this journey that you're on, how to do it, you know. And I feel like too, a lot of people that do get a huge following, they have a couple of things that like not everybody's gonna have. They're either just like drop dead gorgeous or like have a 6-pack abs, like some sort of like unattainable natural beauty that you can't really replicate. And that just gets them like a huge following. No shade to that, but like not everybody has that. Or like has a lot of money, so like you go on a lot of trips, you have a big beautiful home, you know, these things that are like really aesthetic that make people want to follow you. And my point is just that, you know, a lot of these things are things that people don't have or like can't really easily attain. And I feel like I'm pretty regular. I feel like maybe me sharing like how to build a following and stuff like that is like maybe a little more helpful. I know there's like a ton of people out there that like share information about how to help you grow your accounts and like stuff like that. And so I don't want this to be like too technical because I feel like there are people who like that is their forte and like it's not necessarily mine. But for those close friends and family who have asked me like, you know, some questions, like at the very least I can like answer those and talk about those. You know, I went on a podcast like almost half a year ago now, and I talked about like content creating in UGC because the girl who ran the podcast, she found a video that I posted on TikTok, and it was like PR, like I got this week as a small content creator and like where I got it from. And she just thought it was really cool that like I was a small creator and I was still like sharing this like helpful information to other people. And even since that podcast, like I've learned so many things. Like I really want to go back on to talk about the things that I've learned on specific things that we talked about. Like, for example, we talked about when you get emails, like, about PR collab, like, inquiries, like, how do you vet the ones that are real and that are authentic and the ones that are kind of more, like, scammy and, like, not real? And at the time, I didn't have a lot of answers except for the fact that, like, you know, you can sometimes tell, like, whether an email is real or not. But I have learned so much more about that. I have not been scammed yet. I almost did get scammed. So I've learned more about that as I've moved along, and I feel like that's actually really valuable information because being scammed is serious and like nobody wants that. So, you know, maybe I'm just gonna start talking a little bit more about like my life. And something else I really want to share about is like being married to someone in medical school. I have never gone through anything so blindly in my life. Like ugh, it's been such a journey. And like, I don't know any content creators that are going through that journey or that have shared about that. I would, if I looked out there right now and I found a regular girl my age who was married to someone in med school, it was going through all this hard stuff that I'm going through, oh my gosh, I would hit follow so fast. I would cling to that so much because it can feel so lonely going through this sometimes because it is kind of like specific and niche. So I would love to be that person for somebody else that is going through this. I would love to like create a community like for that because I would love to have that personally for myself. I think the biggest thing that has like helped my TikTok is being consistent and posting every day. So I'm going to figure out a strategy of how to be consistent with my YouTube. Maybe it's once a week like I was doing. Maybe it's once a month. Maybe the vlogs are too much, not working. So I need to scale back and maybe do like just these talking videos. But whatever I do or figure out, I'm going to commit to some consistency. I want everybody on this page to be able to rely on the fact that I will be posting some sort of content that they can watch or listen to or whatever. I just kind of wanted to come on here and update you guys a little bit. I feel terrible that I was like just posting these amazing vlogs, being so consistent and just like disappeared. If you made it this far in the video, thank you. And again, stick along for this journey because I think it'll be interesting.